everyone, welcome back to another Splatoon 3 discussion. I'm here with Flingzilla.
Hello everybody.
And today we're going to be talking about Splatoon 3 for the second time. Because, yeah, we did a recording already. And I think I forgot to hit the record button. And we've been recording for, 10 minutes. I want to talk about Splatoon 3 because, well, the game came out what would you say, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago, and I never really had a chance to, make a video on it and, just tell you guys how I felt about it. So, long story short, I think the game's amazing. I honestly love it. My favorite Switch game so far, and that's probably not going to change. And yes, it's a really fun, amazing game.
Yeah, I like it. There's some communication errors, especially in the lobby, and that gets annoying. However, and on top of that, whenever someone disconnects in the first minute, it ends the match immediately, which that is annoying.
Oh yeah, that's
But other than that, it's a really good game, and it's really fun. It really improved on what Splatoon 2 did well on.
Yeah, I'd say, for those of you that want to get back to Splatoon, never played Splatoon before, I really recommend Splatoon 3. But, with that in mind, when Splatoon 3 just came out, we also had the very first Splatfest a week ago from today. The Splatfest went for which item would you bring to a deserted island? Gear, grub, or fun? And yeah, I just want to ask, how did you feel about that, Fling? How was your experience with Splatfest?
So my experience on Splatfest, I actually had a very fun time. Throughout, I had a 34-16 win-to-lose ratio, as far as I remember. I also think, Tricolor was, a bit unfair, especially in team. The first Splatfest and the second Splatfest, those maps were pretty unbalanced. But other than that, I think the game is really fun, or Splatfest is really fun.
Yeah, for me, I feel it was quite fun. As y'all can see, with from the beginning of this video, my tricolor experience, it was oh my god, I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, I feel I had a lot of fun with it. I got some decent wins. I actually, now that I think about it, I actually did not encounter a 10x battle at all the whole time.
I've encountered a couple 10x battles, but not 100x.
I don't think I did at all. Maybe once and I lost. I don't know. But yeah. But yeah, I feel Splatfest was fun. However, it's after a while of playing, I kind of got bored of it. I got so bored I hopped on Splatoon 2 with my friend who doesn't have Splatoon 3 yet. And as expected, we barely even got any games in because no one's playing. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's doing it, especially since they extended the time from Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2. Because in Splatoon 1 and 2, it used to be only Saturday, from midnight, Friday, once midnight hit, it would start all the way to midnight of Saturday or Sunday. But now it starts, last Splatfest it started 8 p.m. Friday and ended 8 p.m. Sunday. Or,
yeah.
8 p.m. Sunday, right? Yeah. And it's I feel that's way too long, honestly.
Yeah, I could see why they did it, because of the fact that they want to have a regular half and a tricolor half, so that's probably why it's double the length of the original.
Yeah, but it's I get it, but at the same time, it's there's a lot of people that hop on Splatoon wanting to do ranked or something like that, and then hopping on, and you're just forced to do turf war for 3 days straight, or more, 2 days, because on Friday it's the day's pretty much almost over. It's 8 p.m. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of, draining in a way. It just gets kind of boring.
Yeah, I agree. Especially it gets more grindy. Especially compared to ranked. Ranked was it's easier to grind because you gain more points the more you progress. Yeah. And compared to actual turf war, you gain less points. And you get less rewards for it. So that was why I find turf war less more irritating, because it's just you grind more.
Yeah. So I remember you saying like tricolor was kind of unfair to you. So I want to ask, like, with the whole three teams thing that Splatoon 3 introduced and the whole tricolor thing, do you believe Splatfest is as a whole is more fair or rigged now? How do you feel about that?
I mean, to a certain extent, I think it has some unbalances. I wouldn't say it's. I mean, it's kind of rigged, especially the first set of tricolor battles. That was kind of rigged because, like, once you grab the Ultra Signal, you're basically the defending team is just screwed at this point.
And then also, that's a good point. But at the same time, I feel like trying to get the Ultra Signal, it's kind of hard because, like, for me for example, like how I experienced playing, I would go after the Ultra Signal, right? And it would really just be one person that my partner trying to defend me against 6 other people, the defending team and the other attacking team, which are supposed to be helping me, but they're not. We still kill each other and fight. So it's kind of just, I feel like every time I get the Ultra Signal and I actually activate it, it's just really, I just got lucky.
Yeah, that's me, like, most of the time. That was, like, during the time where the first Splatfest, we were both on Team Rock. We ended up I ended up getting lucky a couple of times to get the Ultra Signal. I think there's, like, some issues, like, for example, like, yeah, I feel like the other team does not always know that it's, like, technically a 4v4, but they act like it's, like, a 2v4, 3v2, because they think that they're gonna lose, as well, but it ends up being like the 2 teams that are losing, they get the dub, but they get more. The person who wins, they get more out of it because, like, the Ultra Signals.
It reminds me of Super Mario 3D World's multiplayer. You know how, like, you guys are working together, but at the same time, it's kind of a competition to see who gets the most points, and at the end of the game, you get a crown. You know how that
works? Our experience with that was funny.
Yeah, that game's that's actually really fun though. Like, just being friends when we're supposed to be working together. Like, I remember picking you up and throwing you off the stage for no reason. But yeah.
Yeah, and we share the lives as well.
Oh yeah, and that just makes it worse. But yeah, and also I feel like, how do you feel about the stages they use? Because I feel like in the first Splatfest, it was more like the defending team was kind of just having a hard time against the attacking teams, but I feel like in this Splatfest with the Hammerhead Bridge, it was more the attacking teams are having a hard time because the defending team just had, like, the middle just on lockdown. We could barely even. Like,
yeah.
Did you?
I don't really agree with the stages that they chose. Like Hammerhead Bridge, I like that stage, especially since I find it like a somewhat of an improvement from Splatoon 1. However, when it comes to, like, defending, it's they have a bigger edge because they have the main ground, and most of the time shooters, like short range, have to go into their turf in order to actually get the Ultra Signal, but it's really controlled. Maybe it's because Team Fun had good people that we were versing, maybe. But at the same time, it was just difficult. Secondly, Sturgeon Shipyard, pretty bad stage for a tricolor battle. I'm being 100% honest. I'm on Team Rock, yet I haven't lost too many of them. Yeah. Out of, like, 10, I only lost 1. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I see a lot of people, like, on Team Rock, Team Scissors at the time, they were just, like, having a really hard time. Like, they did not enjoy it at all. And that's part of the reason why Nintendo actually decreased the likeliness of getting a tricolor battle when Splatoon 3 actually released. And then I feel like that kind of has made it worse because now it's just the halftimes is kind of boring. The whole point of halftime existing is not even coming anymore. I remember seeing a Plaza post of someone saying, "Thank you to all the people complaining for the most boring halftime ever."
Yeah, because it was kind of boring because, like, I barely encountered tricolor battles. Like, every time I've got, like, 3 of them, and I lost all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And that's because I haven't really played all that much in the next day.
Yeah.
But then there's also...
Yeah, the other one, I almost won, but you guys already know what happened there.
Yeah, that's stupid. But like, I feel like there should be like a good balance on how weapons should like approach the middle stage and how people offend and defend. Like, I feel like that should be better. Like, now thinking about it, one stage that should be, I think, is going to be next is Inkblot Art Academy.
Yeah, I honestly see that working with the two little sides in the middle. I honestly see that working.
Yeah.
Because that's where the two defending teams can spawn, and the attackers can spawn where we usually spawn. I honestly feel like that would work. Another stage I was thinking, which I don't know if it would work or not, but I was thinking Hagglefish Market. Because that's a pretty big stage, but maybe not. Maybe if they just remove that.
But it also takes a long time for like the attacking team to get to the middle, which is why Hammerhead Bridge was like difficult, because like the defending team could literally ink the middle, and then two of them could just go towards like Team Gear, whereas the other two will go towards Team Grub. They just like attack. They just have more place to ink. It's like Hammerhead Bridge gets narrow in the beginning, and then it gets wide. That's like why the defending team had an advantage.
Right. Also, as I mentioned before, there was like it's Team Gear against Team Grub and Team Fun. So a new addition to Splatfest in Splatoon 3 is the fact that there's 3 teams, unlike Splatoon 1 and 2, where it's like a one team against another, like a 1v1. So I also want to ask, like, I feel like there's a lot of like, I don't know, like, kind of unfairness with the whole thing, because I feel like with the 3 teams, it's like, it's really just one team against another, while one team just kind of sits out. Like in the first Splatfest, it was kind of just scissors against rock, while paper is kind of sat in the side. And this time, I only remember encountering Gear the whole time. I don't remember encountering Fun at all. I was on Team Grub. So
I feel like Fun would have the same thing, because the percentages of popularity for both Grub and Fun were pretty similar. I think they have the same thing, but Gear, I think they had it best because it's like kind of balanced. But then according to, that's what they think.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people really join Fun just for like, just Big Man, just being Big Man fans. And honestly, I don't know.
That's probably why they also join, like, either they love Shiver more. I mean, that's maybe not the truth, but like, okay, let's not get to speculation. But like, let's say, but then maybe there's people that hate Frye.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I feel like the reason why Paper lost drastically, and in this one Grub got dead last, I just feel there's a lot of Frye hate. I don't understand. Like, I feel like people just hate her because she got a big head. Which that's not. It's not.
You did it with Pearl, and then y'all lost her the same thing with Pearl. Octo expansion.
And Pearl's super cool. Frye's cool too. It's like she's not even ugly. She just has a big head. She's not ugly though. People just hate on her for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Man's cool, but like me personally, like Frye's my favorite. I like her. She's cool. But yeah, I feel like I just feel like the whole 3-team thing is like, I don't know, it just seems kind of awkward to me. It's cool, but it's just, I don't know.
Good idea, but sometimes it needs like fixing in execution.
Yeah, because like I said, I only encountered Fun like twice, maybe 3 times out of the whole time I was playing Splatfest.
Remember like how like Splatoon in the beginning of Splatoon 2, they still have the same system, but then in halfway through Splatoon 2's like career or like time of updates, they changed up Splatfest. I have a feeling that they could do that with Splatoon 3.
Yeah. Speaking of that, like what are things you would think they could do to change it or improve it?
I feel like they should make the ultra signals breakable. That's one thing that they need to do, because it's like permanent whenever someone is like trying to like whenever it's like released, it's permanent. Like you can't break it at all.
Yeah. It's just a permanent sprinkler. It just keeps on deploying ink.
Because like if anyone grabs it and the defending team has a death sentence, they could kiss their win goodbye.
But at the same time, I feel like I said earlier, like I feel like it's really hard to get the Ultra Stamp already. because like the only when you grab it, you go through a super long exposed animation in the middle of a battlefield, and the only person defending you is one person that we are one partner, and then like how long is the animation going for? Like about 5 seconds,
4 to 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's a long time in Splatoon standards. So like, I feel like it lasting the whole match, deploying ink. I feel like that's kind of a really good reward, especially since the attacking team there's like 4 of you, so y'all can easily just like kill me when I get it. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that could work at the same time if they leave it like unbreakable. I feel like that would make sense a lot more. But
yeah, true.
One thing, this I actually have 2 things I would like to improve with Splatfest, and that's the fact that they have pro and open Splatfest battles, right? Open's more casual, while pro is more competitive for like people like better at the game, and you get more rewarded more points. So if Splatfest stages are just the regular normal stages with a night theme, can we just get ranked battles for pro? Like just be able to play Splat Zones, Tower Control, Rainmaker, and Clan Blitz? Like I feel like that would be so fun. Just being able to play those modes and the night theme with the Splatfest colors, and just so people, so it's just something different. And also the people that hop on Splatoon trying to do those modes and being forced to participate in Splatfest, they at least still get the modes they want to do. Maybe it's, I don't say tie it to rank, you still tie it to Splatfest score. What I was thinking, like if winning those rank battles, you gain way more clout points, but this time if you lose points. Like maybe not so much, but you still lose some points. You know?
Yeah, it makes sense. It doesn't affect your rank, your actual rank, rather than it affects the clout. Yeah, I would like that idea.
Yeah, I don't. Okay.
I feel like either that or like continue the fact that you don't get awarded points would be cool.
Yeah.
Like you get either that or just like make the like how Splatoon 1 you sometimes lose equal amount of points compared to what you went in for X rank. You lose more points than you win. I feel like that should be like the opposite way around, so that people could get actual like clout.
Yeah. And it's just like that whole rank thing too would give people something else to do other than turf war for 3 days. Like I know we got Salmon Run to do, story mode, table turf battle, but it's like the main meats of Splatoon is the 4v4 battles. That's what's promoted. That's what people like, and like I know turf war's the main mode of Splatoon, but me personally and a lot of people agree, I like turf war, but it's not what I hop on for. I mainly hop on to play Tower Control and Rainmaker and Splat Zones and Clan.
Yeah, all those.
I'd rather play Clan Blitz. I know a lot of y'all hate Clan Blitz, but I'd rather play that. Clan Blitz is a lot more fun, in my opinion. And it's just like that's part of the reason that jingle. That's part of the jingle is so funny. Oh my god! But
oh my gosh!
Yeah, and it's just like being forced to do turf war for like 3 days. That just kind of gets boring. Like I said, earlier, I got bored after a while, and I hopped back on Splatoon 2 because I wanted to do some ranked. I didn't.
Yeah.
Anymore. And then I know there's like 3, you can still do private battles, but not everyone has that luxury to just gather up 8 people. Not all their friends got a Switch or a copy of Splatoon 2, or want to join them and probably not able to hit them up at the time or something like that. I don't know. And
that's my thing.
Yeah, another thing too is I really don't like how Super Seasonals has still tied to Splatfest. Like you only get like 22 after like every month, and it's just so dumb to me because when Splatoon 3 came out, we had to go so long with just unfinished gear because we barely had no way to get Super Seasonals. And say you miss a Splatfest because you had stuff to do, so you just have nothing. You have no way to improve your gear. Yeah, you can go to the store, and if that same piece of gear is available, luckily you can buy it again to increase the slots. But people have said luckily, so you have to hope it's random. And then, like,
it is very random because like, oh my gosh, like most of the time I would get tickets rather than actual gear that I want.
Right. And it's just, I feel like it's just, and then when we do participate in Splatfest, we only get 22. And
it's like 21 for the losing teams and then 24 for the winning team.
Yeah, and it's just like there's so many pieces of gear in Splatoon, so it's just like we have like only 22, to use on a certain amount of pieces of gear, and then after a while we just have nothing. This way you have to wait a whole month again for more. I just feel like that's dumb. I feel like they should make Super Scene Snails like available to purchase elsewhere, like maybe via Spike or something. Not Spike, merch.
Oh yeah, I know, and I've noticed this. I've seen Harmony sell them for 333,000
Really? Where?
in Harmony shop
I feel like that's
during the Splatfest.
During the Splatfest? Really?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you was talking like she's probably saying doing it like as like a little cosmetic to put in your locker. But if that's the case, then that's cool. But if that's during the Splatfest and not during regular play, I'm like talking about like on a daily basis. You should be able to get like maybe make them like super expensive or something, so you really have to grind for one. But I feel like it should be available on a daily basis.
I think 333,000 is a good price.
Yeah, they're super valuable, so they should make them like mad expensive or something. They make it more worthy, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm glad that this game actually allows you to spend more money because, like, oh my gosh, because like there's like multiple instances where you wouldn't spend your money on anything for a while.
Bro, my account in Splatoon, before my account reset in Splatoon 2, I had literally maxed out money because I had done.
A bunch of people had maxed out money.
Oh my god, it was so dumb. I was just rich and had nothing to do with it. But yeah, all in all though, how do you feel about Splatfest? Do you feel like it's still fun in a way, or you feel like it's like, how do you feel about it?
Splatfest is still fun, regardless of despite all the flaws that we pointed out.
Yeah.
Like we want the game to be better. Right. That's why we are explaining these flaws to like in the video formats.
And the game is better. The game is such a huge step up from Splatoon 2. Like I do not want to go back to Splatoon 2 at all. And Splatoon 2 is the same way as Splatoon 1. That's how a sequel is supposed to be. Just improve.
And people are complaining about the netcode, and yeah, I get it. The netcode is not as good as it was, but then that shouldn't be the reason why you should really change to like back to Splatoon 2. And Splatoon 3 is more polished than Splatoon 2.
And honestly, I don't feel like the netcode's a Splatoon issue. That's a Switch issue.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that's Splatoon's fault. I feel like that's just a Switch being garbage. I feel like Splatfest, it's still fun. It's a great way to like encourage people to hop on Splatoon, especially for those who don't really play it as often.
For the casuals.
Yeah, some fun for casual play. And actually, I remember I mentioned Salmon earlier. Some they are doing like it's not really correlated with Splatfest, but it's something like Splatfest. I'm hearing like from data mines and stuff that Big Run is actually going to be something like Splatfest, but like some surrounded around Salmon Run, where like when it happens, the whole Splatsville lobby will be decorated in a way, but not really in a festive way, more in like a dangerous panic way, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, apocalyptic.
Yeah, apocalyptic, kind of, yeah. And then, yeah, I feel like that would be really good for Splatoon because Salmon Run honestly was improved drastically since Splatoon 2. It's still kind of the same, but it's so much better in this game, especially since you can play it whenever you want. You got different specials instead of just 4. The egg throw, the huge freaking boss that comes up every now and then that just spices things up. It's just so much better.
The
King Samne.
The Chohusa. I believe that.
However you said it. And the fact that it's harder now with the new bosses and stuff and the new modes. It's just Salmon's so much more fun in this game now. But
yeah,
unfortunately, there's like still people out there that just do battles and don't really touch Salmon Run like that. So it's like I feel like that event would really encourage a lot more, like how Splatfest encourages people to get back on Splatoon. I feel like Salmon Run would encourage Splatoon players who like play Splatoon avidly, but like only do ranked and turf war to actually hop on Salmon Run and do that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, and especially since it's gonna be like on turf war maps, which will be cool. So yeah, I feel like that would be a good way to like spice things up for the game. But yeah, I back to Splatfest. I feel like it's good, but I feel like there's so many more things they can do to improve it, and just I just feel like they shouldn't like force on people as much. Like let people do other things. Like I mean, like and stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, other than that, that's all for today's video. If you want to talk more about this, or like let me know what you think, leave a comment below. Tell me how you feel about Splatfest, and also you can join my Discord server. It should be linked to it. Should be in the description, so we can talk more about things like Splatoon, Sonic, other stuff, and we can also like play together. When I upload and stuff like that. And yeah, but yeah, that's all for today's video, and I'd like to thank you all for listening. And yeah, peace.
Yeah, bye guys.